Hey guys, welcome back. You see my last video, I promised you an update. So this is the update video. I got most of my track laid yesterday and did a bunch of wiring today. It's temporary wiring for now. Eventually I'm going to separate a lot of it into different blocks or districts. But for now, you know, I finally can run some trains. So let me give you a quick overview. I actually have a train running around right now, testing everything out. I used a lot of micro-engineering turnouts on this new part of the layout. I had some of my other Atlas number 6 custom lines that I used here and there. Excuse me. But I wanted to discuss something about the micro-engineering turnouts too. Let me grab the camera and give you a quick overview of the latest accomplishments, I guess. Alright guys, hang in there. Alright, here we go. I guess I'll just do a once around here. Of course, most of this section didn't change for my previous layout. I ran new tracks from here and here all the way around, and the new track started right here too. Everything this way is all new. Excuse me. This is where my yard is going to be. I don't have it completed yet, mainly because I did have all the turnouts I needed, but I ran into some problems yesterday. I ended up getting a couple bad micro-engineering turnouts, and I had to order a couple more. A couple of them basically, I'm sure if you're not aware, they come pre-sprung already. And some of I had 2 of them yesterday that they would only want to stay in one way. And if you'd throw them the other way, I mean, if you breathed on them, they snapped back the other way. I don't know if they just must not have been put in right. The springs must not have been put in right. And so there was basically 2 of them that I couldn't use, and actually one of them bit the dust because I took my frustration out on it. And then one of my other turnouts, one of the other micro-engineering turnouts, you probably can't see this because my camera isn't very good as far as close-up, but the rail stopped right here, and then it's plastic that continued in the shape of the rail. Just must have been a defect. The rail was short, and I guess when they molded ties on it or something, it actually, I don't know. I mean, it's exactly the shape of the rail, but it's plastic. That isn't a problem. I'm not going to throw it away by any means, especially since I'm using flex track. I can just leave a piece of the flex track a little bit longer. But I did order another one of them anyways. I ordered 2 more. I really only needed 2 more. I had 3, like I said, this one and 2 of the other ones that the spring wasn't any good in. I kept the one that the spring isn't too good in, because I can get a manual ground throw for that. And like I said, the other one, it ended up in pieces because I was a little bit frustrated over it. But anyways, I'm waiting on 2 more turnouts, and then I will continue the yard. This is what I have down so far. I will continue off of here, and there'll be 3 more spur lines. I think 3, maybe 2. I can't remember. I gotta look at my plan. Yeah, 3 more. Be 3 more lines going this direction, alongside this one. This is where my turntable is gonna go. Then this is gonna come back here. This will start branching off to my engine house, which I have piece of cardboard cut out the exact size it's going to be, so I kind of know, give me an idea anyways. So that's where the diesel facility is going to go. But anyways, continue around here. Just like my plan, my track plan I showed before, I will show you again here because there's something I changed on it. But I have this here. This isn't complete yet because this is going to go into a some sort of petroleum facility I'm going to put here. And then this is going to go around into the, get my cell phone out of the way, into the power plant. And here's also a cardboard shape cut out of the exact size, like I said, to give me an idea. And I bought this bulk transfer conveyor, which I'm going to put right in here somewhere, and that is how my coal cars will be unloaded for the power plant. It has a piece that goes under the track here so the coal cars can unload, and then the conveyor, you know, takes it up out. But anyways, that's what I decided to do with that. I originally said in one of my other videos I was going to put like a pike stuff building there and that housed a rotary dumper of some sort, but I decided to just do this because, I don't know, I liked it. It's going to be cool. At least I think so. This part of my, which is right here on my track plan, by the way. I originally had this outside line going around. I decided to do away with that. And then I'm just going to use, let me see, come off right here. And over there is my plastic pellet transfer facility. That's where that's going to be. And I'm going to put my lumber facility here. So there'll be a spur coming into here. One cutting off to the pellet facility, plastic pellet facility. And I'm also going to have a third one here for the lumber yard also, just to house a car or two. Or they could use it for unloading with forklifts there. And this was my lift out. I decided to keep it a duck under. I did have everything cut for a lift out. And the other day I lifted it out and I caught, well, this one here, ended up catching the edge of the track and pulling the rail up off the ties. And that kind of ticked me off there. So yeah, this thing's been really getting at me. This layout's been really working on my patience. So you know what? I put this in here permanently. For now, I may revisit this section later, at a later time. But you know, before I get a lot of comments about how I should have did this differently, or that I should have made it hinged or whatever. This really wasn't going to be, I don't know, I wasn't focusing a lot of my time on a lift out. I had plenty of other things I wanted to focus on. The lift out wasn't that important. I can easily duck under it. I mean, one duck under ain't too bad. The way I originally was planning on doing the expansion, I would have had 2 or 3 duck unders, and that's kind of why I did it this way. So one duck under isn't bad. And if I did hinge it, I wanted it to drop down. I didn't want it to lift up. And that creates a lot of problem because you can't have it very tight or you're not going to have room to drop it down. So like I said, yes, there's ways I could go around it and do it differently, but I just didn't want to put a lot of time and effort into that when I can just make it a duck under. So, you know what I mean? That's that. And then we just continue around here. I have a turnout in place there. That's going to come into my rail to truck transfer facility there. Then, like I said, where these boxes are is going to be a little bit of a town area. And then we're back around. I laid new track from here around here, and from there that way. This was already here with the previous layout. There was a turnout here. I took it out and pieced in a track there. But other than that, everything's the same. Back here, I do have insulated rail joiners here, and a couple over there, a couple over here. Right now, they're not serving any purpose. As I was laying the track, I was deciding how I wanted to break it up into different blocks, and then I kind of just gave up on it because I didn't know what exactly, exactly where I wanted to have them. So I can just cut the rails here and there once I've finally determined where and how I want to break it up. But other than that, guys, oh, and another thing with the micro engineering turnouts, I noticed their tolerances with this guide rail by the frog on the opposite of the frogs is pretty tight. This is a Bachmann locomotive. It goes through it. It's tight, it's snug, but it goes through it. But the wheel flanges are pretty snug going through. If you push it through by hand, you can really feel it grip it. But it does go through it on its own under power. Doesn't seem to be any problem. I ran it through it slow. That's my Atlas ready to run. It's also snug if you push it through. Not quite as bad as the Bachmann, but it goes through okay on its own power also. Now I have another Bachmann SD40-2. It's actually a newer version than this one, and it doesn't like the turnouts at all. If you're anywhere fairly slow, it'll stop it. So maybe the wheels are out of gauge. Before you yell at me, I don't have a track gauge or a wheel gauge or an NMRA gauge. I will be purchasing one of them now. Up until now, I didn't run into any issues where I felt I needed one. Now, obviously, I do need to check something. And hopefully hopefully it isn't my turnouts, because I have I don't know, somewhere between 25 and 30 micro engineering turnouts now. And I don't feel like ripping them out and throwing them away because, $17 a piece, that's a lot of money. And I don't feel like filing each one of those guide rails down on 20, almost 30 turnouts. So, hey, and maybe maybe I can't run cheaper stuff through it. I don't know. Like my last video, that's my Intermountain ES44DC. It goes through them just fine. So I'm assuming my wheels are out of gauge on some of my on that one Bachmann and this one too. But like I said, that's an Athearn one. It's pretty snug too. I didn't try any of my other locomotives. One of these days I'll get them all out and see. Who knows? Maybe as you run stuff through these turnouts, maybe it'll wear that down a little bit and they won't be as bad. But that's it for now. That's my plans going forward. I think I'm going to call this a day. Between yesterday and today, I'm tired of working on it. I need a break. I'm going to go up, watch some football. But like I said, I just did some quick wiring for now. Those are my feeders there, and I got randomly placed around all the way around. That's just temporary, so I can run some trains until, like I said, until I decide exactly how I want to wire it up. But for now, guys, that's it. That's the update. And maybe I'll leave you with some running of this new Intermountain that I got. I really like it. As of right now, it's probably my favorite locomotive in my fleet. So, alright guys, I hope you like this update, and if you like it, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, let me know, leave me some comments. Until then, I will catch you on the next update. There we have the Gray Ghost pulling a mixed freight. I just threw a couple different cars on there as for test purposes. I figure, you know, got the auto rack. If that makes it through everything, I'm probably pretty good to go. So I just randomly grabbed different ones to see how they'd go.